12 years ago. I came here with my school, and I remember hearing Benjamin Law, who I saw as someone that looked like me. It was my first time seeing and hearing a gay person, especially a gay Asian person, speak with pride about their identity as a queer person in Asia and what that means. And I remember I wrote him an email from a fake anonymous account being like, "Hi, sir, I think I'm bisexual." And he wrote back so sweetly telling me it's okay, that I can take my time to figure out who I am and find community through the internet and hopefully be okay when I was living in Jakarta, where I was raised. I took none of his advice. That shame runs deep because I stayed in the closet. And now as a 26-year-old, I look back at my youth at 14 and oh, how much I would love to tell my previous self. I think I would have done a lot of things differently. I would have saved my first kiss for a woman. I would have held my I love you for someone who deserved it. But I can't go back in time, so I spend a lot of my time today rewriting my history. So many people have rewritten our histories, so why can't I do the same? My revisionist history is one of power, of pride, of love, of care, and of hope for myself and the future generations. This is the song I wish I had when I was a kid. This is the song I pretend I still sing to myself every day when I imagine being a teenager. This is Prom Queen.
Hey baby girl, would you be my queen? I got a corsage for you in a limousine. My mama want a bunch of photos right before we leave. Of us awkwardly posed, your arms around me. Be the princess bubblegum to my Marceline. Could you help with my hair? You do it better than me. I know you wanna slow dance, but I got two left feet. But I'll do it for you if you go out with me.
My name is Kaimada, and I am a musician that uses songwriting as a vessel for activism promoting human rights for the LGBTQ+ community here in Indonesia, making sure that we have a space to be seen and to be heard, especially with regards to our rights to live and be proud to be Indonesian and queer.
Be the princess bubblegum to my Marceline. Could you help with my hair? You do it better than me. I know you wanna slow dance, but I got to.
I think it's so important as a queer person to tell stories that represent my life. And a lot of the stories we read about queer individuals are the two boyfriends that were in the military that were arrested and punished for being gay, or stories about conversion therapy. And those stories are all true and deserve a space to be heard. But we also deserve, especially within our community, we deserve to hear stories of queer joy, of happiness, of celebration, and our successes that we have. That's what continues to feed me and give me hope. So within my music, I focus on the beauty of falling in love, of acceptance, of unabashed pride, what it would be in a perfect world where Indonesia did live by our values of unity and diversity. That would be what I dream of. So in a medium like music, I explore that and I celebrate that future that I imagine for us. If not for me, for the generations to come.
Slip away from time, and maybe in the future, well, you can be my.
When I publicly came out in 2020 and my 70 Twitter followers made a video of mine reach 500,000 people, it closed so many doors for me. I knew no label in Indonesia would dare work with me. I knew a lot of companies would view me as a danger for them to associate with. But it also opened so many opportunities and doors because it allowed me to work with NGOs and supporters of human rights for the LGBTQ plus community. But still to this day, I think the main challenges I face is a lot of cyber mobbing, and in the last 2 months, I've received thousands of messages of hate telling me that they are going to find me, to bomb me, that they want to shoot up any events that I do, whether it is the Women's March or the climate festival I was at, and that they would rather see me murdered than alive and spreading my message. Those are some challenges that, of course, shake me to my core and intend to scare me. And of course, I have to admit they do. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop. It means I need to keep going in safe ways, which is a challenge because I know my protection is limited in a country like this. So those are my main challenges right now, but it's not making me stop. It's making me continue, but just with more protection and armor.
I still love the reverie of you and me, even though we've come to life.
Being queer is just one part of our identity, just like our religion, our gender, our jobs, our likes, our dislikes. It is one facet of who we are. It is not all of us. It is one part. And you can choose to dislike that, but you cannot choose to say, this does not exist. We have been here from the brink of dawn. We have existed in Indonesia before the Dutch came, before the Portuguese came. It has been here. It is not a Western import. We are inherently Indonesian because we are inherently human. And to reject that is to reject our history and to reject what the world has looked like and what humanity has created throughout time. And at the end of the day, we are here because we are worthy of living, worthy of loving, and worthy of being loved. No amount of hate will change that. So I urge you just to join the movement of being accepting and loving.
1, 2, 3, I love you, baby. Baby, you love me too.
I was really proud that I was invited to the ILGA Asia conference. ILGA Asia is the International Lesbian, Gay Plus Association, and they hold a conference every 2 years. And they invited me to perform. And I performed the Dutch consulate in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. They flew me out and I performed. And beyond all the diplomats that were there, which was lovely to meet, what felt the most meaningful to me was seeing the indigenous communities across Southeast Asia listen to my music and seeing some of them sing along because they knew of my music. There is something really precious about performing live and realizing that there are people in the audience who not only have heard my music before, but know it so well that they can sing along out loud and scream. Some of them completely out of tune, but with so much heart and soul that it is so pure to feel like I'm heard, especially when I reflect back to my youth of being so scared to be known for who I am. I think that's just one of the purest things. It's seeing the community that can rise through my music. And I've seen it in Vietnam. I saw it at the Women's March in Jakarta. And it's so heartwarming. And it was so beautiful to see a union and the efforts of individual people with no financial motive come together to create hope and to create a sense of community. When a lot of us in our day-to-day lives can feel so lost and so scared of what tomorrow may look like.
It was something you should know. 1, 2, 3, I love you too. 1, 2, 3, I love you, baby. Baby, you love me too.
I mean, there's so many communities and yayasans across Indonesia that I've worked with, and also outside of Indonesia too. SafeNet is a really good resource for cyber protection for Indonesians. One of my mentors, Pak Andreas Harsono, always has my back. And the community of my fans, my friends, my team are always there to support me and fight the comment section, even if it gets really brutal. But for me, I think my biggest support system is in my own home. I have loving parents, which is rare in Indonesia, to have parents that accept me for being gay. But I do. And knowing that makes me feel so much safer. Because the world may be out to get me on the internet, but I know at home I have my mom and dad who will make me soto when I'm feeling sad, fry up some umping for me and always make me feel welcome. And that has given me strength and support in more ways than I could ever imagine. And for that, I'm grateful.
This song was worked on with one of my mentors who has a Grammy, an Emmy, and some other things. And he chose to work with me, just a little villager from Indonesia. I hope you groove with me, and I hope we can celebrate our love with pride and hope and care.
I envision a future for LGBTQ plus Indonesians where we are not just tolerated, but we are accepted. That Indonesia holds its values of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika and really celebrates the diversity that exists. We are not a homogenous culture, and we've never been. We're so diverse, and we need to celebrate that in order for us to truly unlock our potential as a nation. I also would like my role to be in it, to be one voice of many. I look forward to more people coming and standing with me.
Baby, yeah, one day I'll come to adore you.
I honestly want peace, and I'm fighting for that peace.
You love me too, you love me too, you love me too, you love me too, and I love you, and I love you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.